Serena Williams is playing in her final U.S. Open. From the celestial bodies in the moon to a star right here on Earth. She is preparing to step back, as you know, from pro tennis. Williams has a first-round singles match tonight. She'll also play a first-round doubles match with her sister Venus on Wednesday. This month, Serena Williams told Vogue that after the U.S. Open, she will, in her words, evolve away from tennis. That evolution leaves her a superstar, with 23 Grand Slam singles titles and 4 Olympic gold medals. NBC's Rehema Ellis is at the U.S. Open in Queens, New York. With more, Rehema, we'll talk about the cultural piece of this in just a second. I'm still not convinced that tennis can exist without Serena Williams in it, but we'll get to that in just a second. Tell us about this match that she is playing tonight and the competitor she's facing, Danka Kovinic. What's her path through the U.S. Open look like this year?
It's a difficult one. She's ranked 80th in the ranking. She's number 80. Danka Kovinic is a 27-year-old woman and playing against a 40-year-old champion. And the last time that Serena won her 23rd Grand Slam, it was in 2017 at the Australian Open. She was 2 months pregnant, and she laid it all on the court, and she won that 23rd Grand Slam. This is a woman who is a fighter from start to finish. And what Kovinic tweeted out when she found out that she was going to be playing Serena, she said something about what a great tribute, and she's looking forward to it. And I think any player worth their salt would say that, no matter what happens here. This is going to be a great match. It's a great opportunity for this young player. And remember, once upon a time, Serena was one of those young players, and she had to knock a champion off of their throne in order for her to make that journey that she's made all these past 2 decades, Joshua. So it's anybody's guess what's going to happen tonight.
Indeed it is, and if she does make it through this first round, her second-round competitor is Annette Kontaveit, who is ranked 2nd in the world right now. So it definitely gets significantly tougher should she make it through this round. Talk about just what the mood is like out at Flushing right now. There are other storylines at the U.S. Open this year, granted, between Novak Djokovic not being there because he's not vaccinated against COVID. Same thing with the Australian Open. Rafael Nadal competing with a torn ab muscle. But I imagine Serena is the only thing on people's lips tonight.
She's the thing on most people's lips and on their minds. Those who came here, people came from far up north, from Maine, and other people we spoke to came from Maryland and North Carolina, South Carolina, for this event tonight. They want to be able to see Serena. She is the talk of this tennis tournament. How many times would you get to see someone of her caliber? We're talking about tennis royalty here. If you had an opportunity to see Jackie Robinson play his last baseball game, would you go? I think you would. And so she ranks up in that caliber of champions. She is an icon, someone now we call by her first name only. It's like the Tiger, it's the Jordan, and the Babe, for example. Now, of course, there's Serena.
I'm glad you mentioned Jackie Robinson, because I feel like when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, there was baseball before Jackie Robinson and there was baseball after, right? Serena and I are about the same age. So I remember growing up looking at Serena Williams, this little black girl who was about my age, skinny little black boy batting around, tennis balls at the local court, and changing the way that we looked at the game. You spoke to the tournament's director, Stacey Hollister, about that continually changing outlook. And here's part of what she said. Watch.
We look at the mosaic of tennis. It's still white, but it's a lot more black and brown than it was when Serena and Venus started their journey. And we still have a lot more work to do to break down those racial barriers, those financial barriers, for those that don't have the resources to play this great sport. And I believe Serena and Venus's legacy has only begun.
Rehema, can you talk more about what the evolution of that is going to look like, whether it's the U.S. Open's efforts, pro tennis? How does the sport continue to evolve and diversify after Serena Williams steps away from it?
I think the point of it is, if you can see it, you can be it. And that's what both of these women have brought to this game. Not only just in the visual, but the way that they played the game, the caliber and the level of their talent is extraordinary. Nobody's matched it. That's going to continue even after they leave center court.
Now, Serena is known for always turning it when she shows up on the court. She always comes with a power look. She always comes making a presence on the court. What do we expect tonight and going forward in terms of the way that she's going to just present herself on her way out from the U.S. Open?
There's going to be glitter and there's going to be glamour. And there's going to be things that people are going to be talking about later tonight and tomorrow morning. The outfit. You know, she was famous for wearing a tutu at one point on the tennis court. She also wore a cat suit on the tennis court. And people talked about that. But at the end of the day, what people were talking about was her game and how she presented herself on this court. And that's the thing that silences all the talk about the outfit. But she is a performer. She's an entertainer. So we can expect all of those things from the way she looks, the way she sounds, and the way she plays.
Indeed. Thank you, Rehema. That's NBC's Rehema Ellis reporting for us from Queens, New York at the U.S. Open.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.